What's up, y'all? This video is going to be on tips for beginners. I've seen a lot of questions on social media or Discord just asking basic questions. If you're looking for other advanced advice, please check out my channel. I have videos that talk about guards, Tormentor, or other frequently asked questions. This video is the first in a series of 3 videos on tips for non-spenders, low spenders. But because I realized there's a lot of information for beginners that applies to non-spenders, I don't want to make a bunch of repetitive information in my videos. So I decided to break it down. I hope many of you find it useful. Please like and subscribe so you can get notifications on the other tips. Alright guys, so I'm going to get right into it. So if you're new to the game, you want to get into a good alliance. Especially if you're in a new kingdom and there aren't any rules set. I know some kingdoms are starting with this thing where they have, you know, kind of a rules for just the top 10 alliances. Like you can't be attacked if you're in one of those top 10 alliances. So make sure you get into a strong alliance. You're gonna need some protection if you're small, if you're not spending, you're a beginner. You're gonna need some protection from either bigger castles or just being in a big alliance that will help you out in the long run. Also, there's a lot of events that bigger alliances qualify for, and that's going to enable you to get a lot more rewards. So overall, it's going to be very beneficial to you to get into a bigger alliance, a strong alliance, at least one of the top ones in your kingdom. The next thing is make some farms. A lot of people, when they start, don't really want to get into it, but they like the game. Just make your farms. Um, I suggest making 3 of them. Some people don't want to make farms at the beginning. They want to, just test it out and see how they can do with just one. Trust me, just make some farms. Um, I'd say at least 3. Um, and you'll see why as we get more into this. There's things you can trade with 2 of them, and there's other things you can do with a third farm. But you're going to need the resources on your farms. You're going to need to be able to raid your farms. You need to upgrade your castle, and it's going to be very beneficial from the start. To help you grow quickly if you had multiple farms. Also, another thing regarding the alliance and why it's important to get into a big alliance, there's a few things. Um, One, with these chests here, like I wasn't on since last night, and there's already 99 of them. So that's going to give you a lot of resources every day. And if you're in a bigger alliance, it's more people completing tasks. That's going to get you more of those chests. Another thing I just thought about in the embassy, it helps you out with some of your builds and your research. And when you're in a bigger alliance, you get more helps. You get more people clicking that help button. So you see here, I get 3 minutes for each help. If I'm getting, 57 of them, then I'm getting almost 3 hours of help. For every build or every research that I do. So that's another thing that really helps if you're in a bigger alliance. And also, if you're new, in a new kingdom or a new player, in a new kingdom, yeah, there's going to be a lot of new players, but there's also going to be a lot of players from other kingdoms. So, being in a bigger alliance, you're going to have some players from other kingdoms that have a lot of knowledge that will be able to help you out pretty quickly. When you're stuck on something, you'll be able to quickly ask a question and get an answer from them. So, if you're still deciding if you like the game and you just want to see if you can keep up with everybody, there are a few things that pretty much everyone needs just to keep up. So, if you're willing to buy just one thing, then this is it. The second set of builders over here, these hammers, everybody else pretty much has these. I believe they cost $4.99 to unlock permanently. It's been a while since I did it, but pretty much everyone has these. If you don't buy these, you're going to always be behind, because everybody's building or upgrading 2 buildings when you're only upgrading one. So this is really big to do at the very beginning when you start playing the game because it's going to really help you keep up with everybody. The other thing is the shooting gallery. Now, this just requires you to purchase anything. So when you purchase the builders, it will unlock the shooting gallery. There's been a lot of events where I'll be really close to the next reward, and um, say I'm 5 or 10 billion crimson gold short on enhancing my next equipment. Um, my only option would be to purchase something or come to the shooting gallery, and it will tell you what you'll get. So you see, I can get 146 million for the first step. It goes one shooting coin. These things up here, these gallery coins. One coin for the first step, two for the second, and three for the third, and then it starts to double. I think it's like 6 and 12, something like that. But what I like to do is just do the first step and then reset it and start again. Whoop, didn't mean to do that. But you'll see it gives you the first one. Then you can reset it and start again. And I do that because you get more by doing the first one twice than you do by spending 2 coins to get the second one. So it makes a lot more sense to me. I have so many of the gallery coins because in our alliance, for the alliance celebration, you go to Hall of Heroes down here, and then alliance celebration. Every reset on Sunday night, or if you're in Europe, early Monday morning, you can choose a different task. They have a few different ones. We always like to do the gallery coins plus these hammers that enhance your guard weapons, and it comes out really beneficial. I guess early if you're early on in the kingdom, the glory banners is going to help you guys out a lot. But maybe you go back and forth, and then once you get more established, you can switch over to this one here. But that's why I have so many of the gallery coins. I like to save for certain events. So every time that event comes up, I'll have 100, 150 of these gallery coins that will really help me be able to get certain items that I need to upgrade, to get rewards for that event. And just to show you, the first one gives you 1 coin, but it also gives you some of these bounty parcels that you can use for bounties, and then one of the enhancement hammers, and then it goes, 2 coins, and all the way up to 6 coins. So that's going to help you out when you can do that every single week. So for this game, you're going to have to be patient and consistent, especially as a beginner or a non-spender. It is much better to be on 30 minutes 3 times a day compared to 4 hours every night before you go to bed. Um, because there's so many things that take time uh, to either construct or rejuvenate or build back up, whatever it might be. Um, I'm gonna try to go through them all. So a lot of this, if you played for at least any amount of time, you might know already. But this is for beginners, so I'm just gonna try to go through it all quickly. You never want to sit on the game with full stamina. So the green is your Lord stamina, the one that you use for threats or red guards, um, estate affairs, different things like that. The yellow one is your creation stamina. The creation is down here. You want to also do that. Um, to get into that, most of it's self-explanatory. Build this equipment when you can. Try to get all of the 45s. Why am I on 35 here? Let me go to the armory. My equipment here. Here's all the 45s. At least get this. You'll be able to quickly go through the catacombs to be able to finish to get to 810. And then every time you get on, this is stuff you should do every time you get on. So you want to use your stamina. You want to go to your creation. Just plunder it until it shows empty. You can do that really quickly. Done already. You'll see I'm already at 0. And then the same thing with your Lord stamina. Create some rallies, kill some threats, do your daily challenges over here. That's gonna really, get a lot of the stuff done that you need to do. There's so many things that just take time to redo. We talked about the builders. You need to always have something building. You have those two builders open, always have those two working. Always have some research going. And you see, I don't have anything going right now, but it must have just expired. But you really want to always have that stuff going. You always want to have your Merc Arena going with something. I'm waiting right now because I'm really close to getting my Merc 4 troops. So I'm a million blue gems away from getting the Merc 4 troops. So that's why I'm waiting on that. And I'm already at 45. And it's going to cost me way too much time to sit here and, wait for that once I get the blue gems. But there's a lot of stuff that you need to just be consistent with. Be on, 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes in the afternoon, 20 minutes before you go to bed. Don't just be on every night for 4 hours. I mean, if you have to, that's the only time you can get on. Cool, but it will be so much more beneficial if you can get on several times a day for smaller increments just to get everything going. Another research, well, they don't call it research, but the Imperial University, you always want to keep that going too. Your resources, those always max out after I think it's like 8 hours. So you wanna collect all those. There's actually a button on the settings that you can change to where you just click one and it collects all your resources. So you see, I just collected the wood. It will collect all the wood. But they recently had an update, a couple updates ago, where you just shake your phone and it collects everything: your silver, wood, farm, iron, and it also collects the red and the blue gems. So do that. If you're on 3 times a day, like I was saying, it maxes out after every 8 hours. You're able to get the max benefit for that. Also have all your troops should be training all the time, all four of them. I mean, I know the main three are your distance, your infantry, and your cavalry, but also have your artillery going all the time. Those have a higher troop load for gathering resources. There's somewhere where it says it. I think you have to be training, but it will tell you they have a higher troop load right here. So you see there's 15 troop load, and these are only for T11s. So I'm going to go to my shooting range, just see what it says there. And you see that's 14. But these are for my T13s. So either way, you want to just have as many troops as you can. If you have another building that could train troops, why not do it? So you always want to have everything going. Once you use all your Lord Stamina on whatever you might do, whether doing a bunch of Red Guard rallies or the Tormentor rallies or killing threats or state affairs, whatever it might be, once your stamina is at 0, send those troops out together. You always want to have somebody doing something. That way, when you're off of the game, they're always working for you. There's always time. You see, I have a lot of times going. There's just always stuff that needs to be going on while you're not on the game. If not, you're going to be chasing speed ups forever. And that's a thing that all of us are always chasing. So just to help you out a little bit, always, have them working for you when you're not online. That's kind of the stuff, I guess, that you can do a few times a day. There's a lot of daily stuff that you can do. I believe the guard treasure hunt, which you can auto deploy every day and then claim once they're done. That's once they're done, but you can do this every day. And then once the time runs out, you'll be able to, you see it's just a few hours. Everything just takes time to do. These work for you, when you're not on the game. So you really want to take advantage of that. Talking more about daily stuff, well, I just hit the help button, but do that every time you're on, at least to get the benefit here that was, I don't see exactly which one it was. Sorry, I'm not paying attention here. Right here, the helps you need, what is it, like 40 a day, 30 a day. So you see I just hit it once, I got 24 right there because I haven't been on since last night. But make sure you do all these daily quests every day. That will help you with a lot of these things. Another thing you want to do every day Now that we're past the 8 hour type things you should do multiple times a day. If you can only get on a few minutes here and there a few times a day, you want to go to these shops and do this daily. Um, what I so this will get more complicated, depending on what you need. A lot of the newest equipment or curiosities or the airship parts, coats of arms, all this stuff, the guard weapons, they're not going to be available in these shops. It's not going to be the newest ones, but if you're in a newer kingdom, and you're just trying to fill out your stuff, maybe this would be beneficial. For me, because I'm trying to get all the newest stuff, I just get the items I need to upgrade the stuff. Um, Speed ups, again, we're always chasing speed ups. You're gonna need a ton of trading speed ups. Get all the speed ups if you can afford it. Depending on your gold, you get this gold from the expedition shop. You get the catacomb trader coins from the using your creation stamina, like I showed you before, and your mining loot. You should always be doing that too. That's something else that's 8 hours. That's up here. Once you get to the top floor, you'll able to just go in, do the quick find, set them up, send, and then that will happen every 8 hours. You're allowed to leave after 2 hours, so if you're in like the gathering stage, you're able to, time it out right when you get towards the end of the gathering stage. But that spirit mines gives you the coins here in the mining loot shop. Um, if you need those glory banners, you can get those here. This is all stuff you should do every single day because this resets every day at reset. Um, Things you really need, you're gonna have to start picking and choosing because you're gonna run out of resources. But that's why it's important to, you know, get on 3 times a day for a little bit of time and just do all these things that take time. I'd be out of the mining loot. You see, I'm actually really low here, especially on the green ones. But I've been getting a lot of the Duke badges and Marquise badges recently because I'm trying to get to Castle 48. But you always want to come up here and do that every 8 hours. If you get on, at least if it's after 2 hours that they've been there, you can just reset it just every time you're on. That way, you're just always having them working for you when you're not on. Some other things, always hone your guard weapons and enhance them every day. If you're not trying to lock them when you hone them, um, at least attempt to hone them every day just to see if you get something better. I don't see army damage that often. I have another video about honing guard weapons, so that's pretty interesting there. I actually wish I would have locked the other three, um, just to get that army damage there. So I actually just paused the video here because I was just going through showing some daily stuff that you should do. And if you've seen, again, my other video about honing guard weapons, um, the army damage is not something you see very often. So I'm going to replace it because, I mean, you look at, comparing them, infantry health 500% is better than the infantry health I have over here by a lot. The army damage is going to, really trump all these other things that are over here to the left side. So I'm going to end up replacing that and then kind of lock in these two because those are huge to keep. But for the most part, you want to at least go hone these every day. You can do that 5 times every day. And we talked about those enhancement hammers. The way you do that is right here. Um, Enhance it. If you don't like it, just redo it. But you get 5 of those that you should do every day for free, and you can get more of those when you select in the Alliance Celebration this task, like I was talking about earlier. So make sure you do that, and that's just another thing that you should do every day. And the other things you should do every day, the Musketeer Fort you should do every day. Open up this chest because you'll get those recruitment banners and the war documents, and that's going to be important. And go through it and do this and do the battles every day. It's just about again being consistent. We talked about things that are pretty much every 8 hours. These are some of those things that you do at least every day to help yourself in the long run. I'm still kind of hung up a little bit um, on this guard weapon thing here. So just to talk about army damage or any damage really quick. Um, Before our stats used to be big about those top numbers, you know your attack, your health, your defense, but damage has become huge. So if you get any kind of damage over here in the guard weapons, you really want to lock that in and keep that. You know, because like for example in the pirate event, you know, you have people that spend a bunch of money to unlock a castle skin that gives you a 0.5%. You know, so if you see that army damage there, that's huge. And if you're not sure what I'm talking about with the castle skins, you can go to them and it will show you over here. This is a big one that I got, and because it unlocks, you know, zero point 0.5 when you unlock it and then when you activate it. But most of them are all just giving you a zero point 0.5 just to unlock it, you know, and some of them, you know, when you activate them, will only give you the infantry or distance. Some of them don't give you nothing. Some of them only give you one. You know, but to see on the guard weapons a 2%, anytime you see that or any other damage, you should probably lock that in for sure. And while I'm talking about statistics there and army damage and all that, if you're ever, when you're in your battle report and you ever see something that you want to improve, one of the recent updates allow you to hit this little question mark and tell you some of the best ways to improve those stats. So that's a pretty cool feature. And also for all the beginners, check your battle reports often. Go through and look at a lot of different things. You know, when we talk about the top numbers here, that used to be very important. Yes, they're still important. But these damage numbers, the bottom numbers, have become so important, so crucial in order to win battles. So when you're trying to improve things, you know, army damage is huge. You can click on that question mark and see some of the best places to improve that army damage. The other thing you want to make sure you do is participate in as many events as you can. You should be able to participate in every event. Just go to the event center and you'll see a list of all the events, or also in the hot events, there'll be some different ones that you should do. You want to participate in as much as you can. If you can't participate in KVK, you know, maybe you're just a really low castle and you really, I guess, not welcome. You know, some kingdoms are gonna say they only want T13s or something. But participate in every event that you possibly can, because you're going to get rewards for all those events and it's going to help you out in the long run for sure. Well, guys, that's pretty much going to do it. I just wanted to go over some basic tips for beginners. Like I said at the beginning, this is the first of a series of 3 videos that's going to help out with beginners and non-spenders and low spenders. The next one is going to be some tips and tricks, a little better tips and tricks than just the basic stuff for beginners and non and low spenders. And the third one's going to finish by the best way I think that you can improve your stats and upgrade a lot of your items. So please like and subscribe, guys. I appreciate all the support that I've had so far. I'll see you next time.